There is something profoundly sacred hidden in the simple, everyday movements of the human body, subtle gestures that carry spiritual codes, waiting to be remembered. One of the most overlooked yet deeply spiritual actions is this, placing the tongue gently on the roof of the mouth. It may seem insignificant at first, even meaningless to the logical mind, but for those who are spiritually attuned, for those whose souls have been awakened, this movement becomes a sacred key. It's not taught in school, it's not something most people talk about, and yet in moments of deep prayer, meditation, stillness, or divine connection, it happens naturally, without thinking. The tongue rises and rests at the roof of the mouth, as if the body remembers something the mind has forgotten. This is not a coincidence. It is a built-in design, an ancient mechanism placed within us by a higher intelligence. It's a gesture of reverence, a physical expression of spiritual alignment. In this quiet positioning, something begins to shift. The nervous system calms, the thoughts slow down, the breath deepens, and within this stillness, the spirit begins to speak, not loudly or forcefully, but gently, like a whisper that only silence can hear. This simple act acts like a switch, turning on a deeper awareness, opening a space for divine presence to enter. The body, mind, and soul are not separate entities. They are in constant dialogue. When one is out of balance, the others respond. When we are stressed, anxious, or spiritually disconnected, the body tightens. The heart races, the breath becomes shallow. But when we slow down, when we enter sacred stillness, the body leads us back home. And one of the clearest signs that we are returning to center is this gentle resting of the tongue at the roof of the mouth. It's like the body is saying, "I'm ready, I'm listening, I surrender." This is not a technique to master, but a sacred response to divine presence. Throughout history, spiritual traditions across the world have recognized the power of posture, not just the posture of the body, but the posture of the soul. In Eastern practices like meditation and Qigong, the tongue on the roof of the mouth is seen as a way to complete an energy circuit in the body. In Christian mysticism, moments of deep worship often bring a silence so still that the body itself seems to honor God through its stillness. These teachings were not always spoken aloud. Much of it was passed down through experience, through intuition, through quiet remembrance, and many of the chosen, those called to walk closely with the divine, carry this awareness instinctively. Even as children, they often sense when something sacred is happening. They feel the atmosphere shift before words are spoken. They respond to unseen realms with their entire being, and often without being taught. They place their tongue on the roof of their mouth in moments of awe, reverence, or divine communication. It's not superstition, it's design. A divine signature embedded in human flesh. Think about your own moments of deep peace, powerful prayer, or spiritual clarity. You may not have noticed it then, but if you reflect, you might recall that your tongue was gently resting at the roof of your mouth. It is in these quiet postures that the veil between the physical and the spiritual becomes thin, and in that sacred space you are more available, more open to divine guidance, healing, and connection. So the next time you feel anxious, lost, or spiritually distant, try this pause, sit in silence, place your tongue gently on the roof of your mouth, let your shoulders drop, let your breath slow, and don't try to force a feeling, just allow yourself to be. In that simplicity, a sacred doorway opens. You may feel peace, you may feel nothing, but something unseen begins to align, something ancient awakens, and that something is you, the real you, the divine you, waiting patiently beneath the noise of the world, ready to rise.